What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. I haven't gotten around to doing my mock draft yet because I've been between this and Rant Sports, and I'm not doing it like I did last year with the slides and stuff. I'm more about the substance than the presentation, so if you guys don't like it, then, tough. But I'm just going to give you the rundown of my top 10 right now, and I might do one after the Stanley Cup Final, but we'll see what happens. Depending upon time, and, last year it was like a 3-day turnaround between the end of the final and the draft, so a little more time this year because there's no lockout. But either way, I got the Panthers taking Ekblad at number 1. I'm actually going to do a whole piece about the number 1 pick, the Leafs, Edmonton of Florida, but we'll see in a second. I got them taking Aaron Ekblad. If they stand pat, hold on to this pick, I believe they will take Aaron Ekblad. I believe he will help them as soon as next year. I'm not as low on him as Ray Ferraro is. That's not a knock on Ray Ferraro. I'm just saying I like Ekblad more than Ray Ferraro does. Just difference of opinion. Buffalo at number 2, I got them taking Sam Reinhart. I think he's a good fit. Offensive point producer. If Buffalo wanted to trade up for Ekblad, they could. They've got enough assets, but I don't think they're going to even bother. I think they'll just sit there and be content with Reinhart, and keep the rebuild, which is looking really good right about now. Edmonton, I went back and forth. I rotated 3 players through 3, 4, and 5. Draisaitl, Dalcol, and Bennett. I got Edmonton taking Draisaitl. He's a bigger center. He gives them something they really don't have in the organization. And, Western League guys, which I should be relevant, but, for whatever reason, that's on the top of my head. I mean, I like Draisaitl's game. I like Dalcol a lot. I really like Dalcol. And I like Sam Bennett, but I think Draisaitl is just the best fit for Edmonton. I think they're going to trade down. If I had to bet my money, I believe they will trade down with Toronto and take Hayden Fleury. I'll do a whole other piece on that. But we'll see what happens when we cross that bridge. But number 4 pick, I got Calgary taking Michael Dalcol. Sam Bennett's fallen here, not necessarily because of the chin-ups. That's not why I'm having him slip. I like Dalcol a lot. I mean, he's one of the best point producers in the OHL at 18. And the other thing with him is I think he's got a little more power forward in his game than he gets credit for. I think he can be, he's a good-sized kid. He's got a good head for the game. He can produce offensively. I think, with time, he could be more of a... I hate making the comparison to Nathan Horton because they're both big wingers out of Oshawa, but something a little more along those lines. Maybe a lot more consistent. A lot more consistent than Nathan Horton. But that's that with Dalcol. I like Dalcol a lot, and maybe Buffalo takes him too. I wouldn't rule that out, but I really think Reiner's their guy for whatever reason. And then the Islanders holding on to the pick this year. They'll give Buffalo will get their pick next year. The Vanek trade, the Vanek debacle. The Islanders I got them taking Sam Bennett. Sam Bennett. Sam and Sam. But I think they're both going to be, pretty good players. And I think Bennett needs another year in the OHL. And I think that, and I hate to keep bringing it up because the chin-up thing is relevant as far as I'm concerned. You can't do chin-ups, but you can score 36 goals in the Ontario Hockey League, have 91 points, and put up 116 penalty minutes. Nothing about that. I have no questions about Sam Bennett. I think he slips a little bit, though, and I think that's okay. I think he goes to a situation in the Islanders where maybe down the line he's riding shotgun with Tavares. I mean, I think that's a good situation that I think he would accept willingly, to play with a skilled center like that. But that's top 5. And then I got the Canucks taking Nikolai Ehlers with the 6th pick. I think it's a little bit of a reach here, but I like Ehlers a lot. I think Ehlers, he's ranked the 11th player. It's not, it's a good fit with Vancouver for him. I think he's going to be a very capable NHL player for a long time. Then I got the Carolina Hurricanes, also the New York Hurricanes. New team, expansion team. We'll put them in the Hamptons. I got them taking William Nylander. I think that's a good fit. Nylander was obviously Michael's father. And yeah, he never played for the Hurricanes, but I think that's a good fit. Looking at they drafted Elias Lindholm last year, so they've got Swedish connections there, and I think adding Nylander to the mix will further help that going forward. He had one of the best U18s ever, U18 tournaments ever, so I think that's something you keep an eye on. He could easily climb up to the top 5 too. Again, another one I wouldn't rule out going to Buffalo or Calgary, the Islanders, whoever, with that pick. But we'll see what happens with that. And as always, the talk of the town with the 8th pick, the Toronto Maple Leafs. I got him taking Jake Vernon. That's a little bit of a reach for him, but I mean, he's a big forward, Western League guy, plays with finesse and size. I just move over my notes. And I think he could be a possible 25, 30 goal scorer in the NHL. The issues was consistency and, but again, he was number one pick in the Dub draft. Really good player. I think he's a fit up there. Not right away, but does 2 more years with the Hitmen, and serious a few years from now. With the 9th pick, I got the Winnipeg Jets taking Nick Ritchie out of the Peterborough Petes. Again, I think he that's a pick you go for on upside. I think you're kind of banking on him being the next, power forward type. I mean, he's a huge kid. He might be the heaviest player in the draft. I think he was 225, 230. That's really heavy for hockey. And 6'2", 6'3". He's got some penalty minutes. He plays tough. Consistency and effort are question marks, but I think he will be capable. If he can put it together, I can see him being a 30-goal, 100 penalty minute guy. That's not a stretch at all for me. But I mean, it's a matter of putting it all together, and I think the Jets will wager on that. With everything going on. And then the Ducks, I got them taking Hayden Fleury out of the Red Deer Rebels of the Western Hockey League. They love drafting defensemen. They have 2 first-round picks, so I think it'll be either Hayden Fleury or Perlini, Brent Perlini out of the Niagara Ice Dogs. I think those are both pretty decent fits. Maybe they go Kasper Kapanen, Sammy Kapanen's son. But if they go defenseman, they're going to go Hayden Fleury. And the thing is, Anaheim loves taking defensemen early, so that's one thing to keep an eye on. Maybe they reach and go after Kevin Field, a guy like that. But I think it'll come down to if they want a defenseman, they'll go with Hayden Fleury there. It's really it's a top-heavy draft with forwards this year. But that's how I got some sort of the power play with CJ on my mock picks 1 through 10. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the playoffs, the Stanley Cup Final, and beyond. Later, guys.